What we have done in the first lesson was only an HTML based form. And that's actually what you had learned in the year back in the web design course. Okay, that was the last thing what you had learned in the web design course. Okay, the look of the form is about the HTML. Functionalities, I mean how to collect those informations and how to use those informations, are being a task on PHP. So I'm not able to use the HTML one in here, so I should build a PHP page for it. So what I'm going to do is, in that group 2 folder, I'm just going to duplicate this, but I'm just going to change in here that form sender is going to change into form receiver, and it's not HTML anymore, that is a PHP file now. So can just be out. And if you are here for listening, just listen. If you are here for something else, just do that thing outside. The PHP section doesn't need anything related to that HTML stuff what we have seen before. So that is going to be related to PHP. Because we are dealing with the PHP now, in before lesson we were not supposed to turn on the localhost, but now because the PHP is on, we have to turn our localhost. Okay? So let me turn the localhost in here. Actually, to turning on the Apache server is enough, but that's a habit of mine. I'm turning on the MySQL as well, but that's not a must. And as you remember that we are not able to go and double click on the PHP file and it will run. It doesn't work in that way. So we must go for the localhost, and from the localhost we must go for the file which we have just recently typed. So that's group 2 and form sender. So this is the form sender. I'm not able to go and double click on the HTML or PHP files. Yes, you can, but it doesn't work in that way. So now after I set all the environment ready for coding it, so let us start coding it. What I need to do is this. The action, as I told you that, is the place where those data will be collected or will be treated. So in here, the action part, I'm just going to write in here form underscore receiver.php. Please pay attention about the extension should be there too. And because my sender and the receiver are in the same folder, that's why I'm not writing that 2 dots and the slashes. I'm just writing the address itself. So what happens now? I'm just going to come to the form receiver.php and I'm just going to write in here echo here you are. Okay? I just want to see that either I'm going to that page or not. Simply, I'm just coming in here and I'm just going to click go next. Okay, we have still a problem, means I haven't refreshed the page. Okay, let's say go next. As you see that now I'm just able to travel between the HTML and the PHP pages of ours. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this, very simple and very straightforward. I'm just going to write name, password, email. Okay, I'm just going to write the name and the password in first, because for the email I'm just going to do a sort of modification there. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to write in here, okay, echo welcome. Okay, welcome. Welcome who? Welcome the name. Okay, so I must write the name in here. The way how I receive the information from the form is this. I should write a $_post with the parentheses. Okay, so the point in here is I have packed them by the method post. So I am getting that pack in here. But in this method post, I have many fields. How come I know that I am receiving the true one? So in that case, I should use that name. So I copy the name and I'm pasting the name in here. You have to be careful about the lowercase and the upper cases. So that's case sensitive in here. After I write this, I'm just going to write in here that, okay, br slash, and let's see what happens now in here. I refresh the page. If I click go next, let's say that welcome Gokhan. Okay, let's make a modification of the very first HTML file what we have done. I'm going to, okay, I'm not going to make that modification for a reason, because I'm going to ask that modification in the practice class after a while. I'm just going to make, not you, here. I'm just going to make a decision in here. Either it will, okay, I'm not going to make it 2. I'm just going to ask that on in the practice class too. Okay, I'm just going to echo in here. Welcome, okay, Gokhan. Your password is, I'm just going to write it in here without the break. Your password is, okay, your password is. Now I should write here the password the same way, $_post, and I'm writing in here the upass. That was the way how we had coded it. It's upass in here. So I save it. And I'm just going to write the br in here. So let's see how it behaves now. I'm just going back and let's see, go next. Welcome Gokhan, your password is DDD. Okay, whatever the password is. Now, I'm just going to check whether the user has submitted me any mail addresses or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. If we have learned the conditions before, if is set or I'm just going to make something like that. If $_post what was the email? Okay, you email is equals to nothing, echo you haven't entered any mail. Okay, email address. Okay, and I'm going to write in here the br. Else echo your email address is. Now I'm just going to copy this. Okay, let's see how it looks. Now I'm back. I refresh the page. I'm not writing any emails in here. If I click go next, it's saying that you haven't entered any email address. If I go back and if I write in here q at q, okay. Now if I just go next, it's saying that your email address is this. So I am able to check whether the fields are empty or not. Let's continue. I'm just going to make a space in here, a space in here. So we have received the username, password, and the user's email address. Okay, what's left? Okay, the field of expertise and the gender. Okay, field of expertise is something easy because that behaves like the text fields are. So I'm just going to write in here that you, okay, echo, you have been registered in, $_post exp, that was for the expertise, okay, fields, okay, let's save it and try. Okay, now I'm just going to refresh the page. I'm just going to click next and saying that you have been registered in Microsoft Word field. The user have no option to select nothing. Always and always something will be selected in here. That's why I'm not checking if conditions in here. For the female and the male, now we will have a problem in here. Actually, that's not the problem, but you should be seeing it. The female was defined as 0, male was defined as 1. So what I'm going to do in here is, let's see what we will have. Echo, you are, okay, you are, okay, $_post, sorry, okay, gender. So when I save and try, if we refresh the page and if we click go next, it's saying that you are as 0. Oh, no, not. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to click the male, and if I click it, it's saying that you are a 1. Okay, so that 0 and 1, what computer, what server, what programming languages understood, but not the user interface. So I should change it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm just in here, and I will say that if this gender is equals to 0, so echo, you are a female, okay, female, else, okay, you are a male. So now that 0 and 1 became meaningful. Okay, let's save it and try. Now it's saying that you are a male. Okay, let's go back, refresh the page. Now it's female. If I click go next, it's saying that you are a male. Female, sorry, I wrote it wrong. Okay, so this part has done too. Now we have a part which is a bit different than the things what we have done up until now. That is about the skills. That is about the skills, or that's about the hobbies. User may select none, one, or many. So we should be thinking about how we need to handle that problem. So you haven't studied the arrays yet, okay? But I'm just going to show you an approach about how you can sort this problem out. Okay, let me scroll up. So this is not a must, but I like to make it in this way. what I'm doing is I'm just making a local variable in here. So I'm just making it selected hobbies. Okay? The selected hobbies are equals to $_post, and what we have named them. Okay, what we have named them was hobby. So I'm just going to write in here hobby. We are not writing that the corner parentheses, okay? Without it. So once we save it, now that selected hobbies, that SEL hobby is containing the array. I'm just going to do something in here. First of all, I need to say that for each is the way how you can see everything in the array. How you can see everything in the array. So I'm just going to say that in here, cell hobby, okay, selected hobbies as selections, okay. So what I'm doing in here is I'm naming them as a selection variable, okay. Then I'm just going to echo them selections. Okay, I'm just going to make it like that. Okay, and I'm just going to write in here that echo your hobbies are, and whatever the hobbies are going to be listed in here. Here the hobbies will be listed. And after the hobbies are listed, I'm just going to write the echo DR. Okay, so let's see how it behaves. I'm just going to select a few of them. Okay, and then I click go next. I'm now able to see that your hobbies are swimming, reading, and eating. Okay, if I just go for example, if I just go for all, okay, if I just go for all, if I click go next, they will be all listed in here. But we have a problem. The problem is this: if nothing is selected, if nothing is selected, if you click go next, you will have a warning message in here. Means you are planning to make actually a sort of collections to be applied in that loop, but there is no collection in your hand at all. So there are two ways. The first one, if it's set. The second one, using the count. Okay, I'm just going to show you the count in here. So what I'm going to do now in here is this. I'm just going to write in here if count selected hobbies. Means that count how many hobbies are selected. How many hobbies does the user select? If it is not equals to 0, so do this thing, what we have already decided to do. Okay? Else means that if the user select nothing, so else, you will just say that echo you haven't picked any hobby. Okay? So let's see how it behaves now. I'm just going to refresh the page. Nothing is selected. If I click go next, it's saying that you haven't picked any hobby. Got the point? So the point in here is I'm checking how many hobbies are selected. If it is 0, so it just go to else. If it is not 0, so then it will just proceed this task. Okay, what we have done are done up until here. These two are going to be straightforward. Even the last one is going to be straightforward, but the favorite color is going to have a sort of trick in there. Now, computer used and the birthdays, I'm just going to make it straightforward because they already have a predefined numbers in them, so it cannot be null. So what I'm going to do is something simple. I'm just going to echo you have used okay, we call that computer used as comp used. Okay, copy, you have used $_post, you have used this much computers, and your birthday is, now I'm just going to write the birthday, $_post, date of birth, okay, and then I'm just going to make the BR. Let's see whether it is functioning or not. I'm just going to click the go next. It's saying that you have used 1 computers and your birthday is this. It's running well. Okay, let's try something else. For example, I have used 4 computers and my date of birth is, okay, my date of birth is, okay, let's say 1996, January 17, and click next. It's here. Okay, so that works fine. But now we reach a point about the favorite color. So that color picker returns the value as the hexadecimal coding. Okay, so it contains the 6 digits and it has the hexadecimal coding. Means what? Okay, if I'm just going to write in here that echo your favorite color is, okay, if I write your favorite color is and $_post, favorite color, we have named the favorite color as Falcol. Okay, here it is. Okay, favorite color. If I save it and let's try the page now, I'm back. I pick a color, let's say like this, and that's okay. If I click go next, I see this one. That is actually the code of that color what I had picked, but that is not having any meaning for the user. So we must make it meaningful. What I will do in here is this. I will just come in here and I will write in here an HTML tag that is font. And I will say that the font will have this color. Okay, I'm just making, okay, here.
Let's say you cannot put name for every unique color. You have 1,000 of
that makes it for me. Look, I'm having the color and I'm just going to take this one and I will just put it in here. Okay, so now the favorite color became this. Okay, your favorite color is this, I set, and I'm just going to write in here the BR, and I'm just going to close the font as well. So what happens in here, it opens a font tag. Font tag is the tag of HTML, and I change the color. The color changes the font color. The color is this color what the user has picked. Okay, and then I close the font tag in here. Then I write the sentence. So this sentence will turn into that color what user had picked. And then I close the font tag in here. That means that after this statement, after this sentence, it will turn into the default font color, whatever it is. In here, it's black. So I just save it and let's see how it behaves now. I'm just going to refresh the page. So I'll see that the statement, the sentence has changed the color according to what user had picked. Okay, so if I just go back and if I just pick some other colors, let's say this orange stuff, and if I click go next, it turns into that.
What about if I want to name it?
Naming the color is a problem in that case. Okay, because I guess not all the colors had been named.
Yes.
Okay, that's another problem.
Yani,
Yani if you are planning in that way, yes, you can, because those standard colors are having the standard, let's say that hexadecimal codings. So you can just make a switch case statement, or you may try some other ways. Okay, so we have done up until the color. There's only one thing left, that is about the addressing. So I'm just going to make the same thing for the addressing, what we have done for the email. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and in the last, I'm just going to paste it in here, and I'm just going to write in here address. If address is empty, so you haven't entered any address, okay, else, so your address is address. Okay, so very well done. Şimdi bir kısmı halledeceğiz, geleceğiz birazdan. Tamam. So what we have done in here are all of those things what we have in this form are now able to be proceed in here. What we have done in this approach, sender was an HTML page, receiver was a PHP page, and the sender was sending the information to the PHP page via the action and the method which has been defined in the form. This is one of the approaches. There is a second approach. In the second approach, the sender and the receiver are the same pages. I'm just going to show you that, then we will give a break and we will go to the practice lab, okay? In that case, when the sender and the receiver are both the same pages, how we will make that to be coded. Now, in that case, if your sender and the receiver are in the same page, you have to name that page as the PHP file. Okay, there is no other option. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to open that form receiver and the form sender.html, and I'm just going to duplicate that form receiver, and I'm just going to rename it. It's going to be form sender underscore receiver. Okay? This form sender and the receiver page is already containing the PHP what we have already typed. That's just a duplication of the same file. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open my form sender.html. This is the HTML file. I select them all, I copy them, then I'm just going to paste that down below in here. Okay? So now the HTML what we had typed before and the PHP what we have typed recently are all together in the same PHP file. Okay? What I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to change this action. I'm just going to change this action into hash again because I'm not going in other page. I'm in the still same page. Okay? So what happens now? If I just open this page, if I just open this page, okay, I'm just going to open it from the local host because we are in the PHP's, let's say, environment now. That opens me both. At the top, let's say, the fields. At the bottom, we have the data collection set. I click Go Next. Again, they both are in here. Okay? So we need to make a displaying means if I click that submit button, show me the top, don't show me the bottom. If I didn't click the submit button, don't show me the top, show me the bottom. So what I'm going to do is this. If you follow this part, I'm just going to say that if is set what? We have a button down in here. We have named as reg, means the registration, okay? So I'm going to say in here that $_post if reg has been set, I mean if that button has been clicked. So in that case, do these all. Do these all, okay? Else means if that button hasn't been clicked. So in that case, do this all. So the clicking condition belongs to PHP, non-click condition belongs to HTML. Let's save it and try the page now. If I refresh the page, I see nothing in here, just the data collection tool. After I did it, for example, I select something in here. Okay, let's pick the PHP Q at Q. Okay, and I'm just going to try the fields, that's why I'm picking them. Okay, and the address is here. So if I go next, now I don't see that data collection tool, but I'm seeing the report. So this is the second way. The both are having the advantages and the disadvantages, but in some conditions you need to go in the first approach, in some applications you need to go for the second approach. So do anybody has any question for now? Okay, so be back not in here in the lab by 11:30, means 15 minutes break.